called by name. Got purpose, got vision, I'll never be the same. Rise, stand tall, yeah, we claim our way. Brotherhood of Excellence Academy. Leading boys today. Brotherhood of Excellence Academy. Yeah. I am strong, I'm brave, yeah, I'm called by name. Got purpose, got vision, I'll never be the same. Rise, stand tall, yeah, we claim our way. Brotherhood of Excellence Academy. Yeah, leading boys today. I am strong.
Welcome. My name is Dr. Shamika Smith, and I serve as the Executive Director and founder of the Brotherhood of Excellence Academy. We're on a mission of ending fatherless generations by preparing males for empowerment, entrepreneurship, enrollment, enlistment, and employment. Welcome to our broadcast, Teaching Boys and Raising Sons. Today's episode is called The Power of Your Voice. Talking, listening, and building language at home. And so, if you are a single parent, if you are a grandparent, again, this message is for you. Again, the power of your voice, talking, listening, and building language at home. Did you know that the conversations that you have with your son or your sons are building his brain and his future? And today we're going to talk briefly about the power of talk and why your voice matters more than sometimes we think as parents. Research shows that children who engage in rich conversations at home have stronger vocabularies and better academic outcomes. Geneva Gay teaches that culturally responsive education, it values the language practices that families bring. Your way of talking, your stories, and even your expressions are not deficits, they're actually assets. In her book, Culturally Responsive Teaching and the Brain, Ms. Hammond's work shows that when families engage in back and forth conversations, even back and forth dialogue, children's brains develop stronger neural pathways for learning. So, talking is teaching. Let's look at this practically. Here is how to build language through conversations. Number one, when you're talking with your son, ask open-ended questions. Instead of, did you have a good day today? Try asking them, what was the most interesting thing that happened to you today? This invites that concept of storytelling and also deep critical thinking. Number two, expand on what he says. So if your son says, we conducted a science or math lab, you might respond with, tell me more about your math lab or tell me more about your science experiment. Again, this models rich language. And then number three, share your own story. Talk about your day or your childhood or even your family history. In Dr. Muhammad's book, Cultivating Genius, she teaches that storytelling builds identity. Your stories are his heritage. Now let's look at this from a leadership perspective. Dr. Tim Elmore teaches that leaders are communicators. Every conversation that you have with your son is teaching him how to express himself, how to listen, and how to connect. Valuable things that he will need when he becomes a husband and even a father. These are leadership skills. When you talk with your son, really talk, but also really listen. You're shaping him as both a communicator and even as a future leader. So my challenge to you on this week is to maybe look at maybe having at least a 10-minute conversation with your son every day. No phones, no television, no streaming, but just talking and listening. Ask about his thoughts, his feelings, and his dreams. And again, listen more than you talk. Now, let's not forget the biblical perspective. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 13 in the Passion Translation says it really clearly for us. Listen before you speak, for to speak before you've heard the facts will bring humiliation. I'll say it again. Yes. Listen before you speak, for to speak before you've heard the facts will bring humiliation. And then let's not forget James chapter 1, verse 19, also in the Passion Translation. And it says, my dearest brothers and sisters, take this to heart. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Again, be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Listening is as important as speaking, and you want to model both of those with your son. I want to close with this. Your voice is powerful. Your conversations are shaping your son's mind, his heart, and his future. Talk to him, but more importantly, listen to him. Build him up with your words. Until next time, teaching boys and raising sons through entrepreneurship, empowerment, enrollment, enlistment, and employment. Take care.
I am strong, I am brave, yeah, I'm called by name. Got purpose, got vision, I'll never be the same. Stand tall, yeah, we claim our way. Brotherhood of Excellence Academy. Leading boys today. Brotherhood of Excellence Academy. Yeah. I am strong, I am brave, yeah, I'm called by name. Got purpose, got vision, I'll never